This is a Jmix exclusive.
Did you see a lot of cops around Death Row?
Yeah, there were a lot of cops at Death Row because most of the security at Death Row were cops.
Were they Compton cops or LAPD cops?
Mostly Compton cops, I believe. All the there was Death Row security, then there was Interscope security. Now Interscope security, those was the real deal Holyfield. Those guys were all black belt artists. They were like, you didn't, those guys. They had these two guys that were Navy SEALs.
That was for Interscope, right?
Yeah, that would just appear out of nowhere. I mean, like you'd park your car and they'd call out from underneath your car.
Well, you remember Kevin Hackey? Do you remember any of the guys like Kevin Hackey?
Well, I just remember I remember the Interscope guys more than I do the Death Row guys, because the Interscope guys were on top of you all the time, you know, always watching you, keeping track of you. And of course there was HERON. HERON was they called him murder for hire. He always bragged that he had 17 murders under his belt. One day HERON said to me, "Hey Tommy D, come here, I gotta show you something." We go outside, he had a red Cherokee with Dayton's bullet holes all across the side of the Jeep. And he says, "You see that? You see that?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "You should see what their car looks like." And I would hate to see what their car looks like. But HERON was the one. HERON, he was head of security, I guess, but he's passed away. I think all the Death Row security has passed away these days. So.
Yeah, except for Reggie. Reggie was security there. He ran. Was he kind of HERON's boss, or was there a?
Well, who knows whose boss? I mean, I didn't ask any questions.
Right.
But I don't think HERON had a boss. HERON was the boss.
Right.
Yeah, he was quite the individual. I mean, he was like he said, he was a murder for hire. He was definitely, he'd shoot your grandma if you paid him.
This is a Jmix exclusive.
What up, shut up?